We give thanks and praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for yet another day of coming together. And inshallah, in our last session, we did got back to the Surah 11, which is Surah Hud. And we went up to Ayah 111. So inshallah, today we'll start with Ayah 112. Inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فاستقم كما أمرت ومن تاب معك ولا تطغوا إنه بما تعملون بصير ولا تركنوا إلى الذين ظلموا فتمسكم النار وما لكم من دون الله من أولياء ثم لا تنصرون. Translation. So stand firm and straight as you're commanded, and those who turn in repentance with you, and transgress not the limits. Verily, He is all seer of what you do. And incline not towards those who do wrong, lest the fire should touch you, and you have no protector other than Allah, nor you would be helped, nor would you be helped. Fastaqim. So stand firm, kama umirt, on the straight path as you have been commanded. وَمَنْ تَابَ مَعَكَ, and those who repent with you, those who are with you. وَلَا تَطْغَوْا, and do not transgress the limits. إِنَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ, verily He, Allah, is the all-seer of what you do. This instruction of istiqamah, and this ayah is a very serious ayah. But as this surah wraps up, and we are coming down towards the end of this surah, right? As the surah begin to wind down, and we've been covering, it's only 123 ayahs in the surah. As we wind down the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these last ayahs, is giving the lessons and guidelines that the believers should learn and adopt from this surah. What are the lessons and guidelines that we should adopt and understand and follow from this surah? And so the surah begins in this manner. It covers a whole lot of areas. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Surah Hud is one of the surahs of Al-Qasas. There are surahs in the Quran that yes, there's a surah called Qasas, stories, but there are a number of surahs, including Surah Hud and Surah Qasas, that a lot of the surah tells the stories of the people of the past. It tells stories of the people of the past, how they dealt with the various prophets that came to them. And so Hud is one of those who fall in one of those, that category of Al-Qasas, the stories that the surahs that cover the stories of the past. Stories, they're not made up stories, stories of people of the past and what was their situation with them. And so in this Surah Hud, as we covered earlier, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala covered a number of people of the past. He covered the Prophet Noah, Prophet Noah alayhi salam, and his people, and we covered Shu'aib and his people, and Saleh and his people, and Hud and his people, and Musa, and so we covered all those people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the stories of what they did and how they functioned and what was their result and what happened to them. And then Surah, as the Surah came to start to wrap up, in Ayah 100, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْقُرَى ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْقُرَى نَقُصُّهُ عَلَيْكَ مِنْهَا قَائِمٌ وَحَصِيدٌ. That is some of the stories of the cities of the people that gone before. Because he didn't tell us all the stories, this is some of the stories. This is some of the stories. ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْقُرَى. That is some of the stories of the nations and cities that have gone before. نَقُصُّهَا عَلَيْكَ, that we relate to you. مِنْهَا قَائِمٌ, there are some of them that you can see the remnants of those cities left, those places left. وَحَصِيدٌ, in some of them they're completely obliterated like a crop that has been harvested. There's nothing left of them, right? Like Sodom and Gomorrah, there's nothing left of it. It's as though these cities never exist. To the point that some people believe that it was just only a fable, and it was not true because they cannot find any Torah, any remnants of those cities, of that city. They can't find no remnants of the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. So most people didn't begin to believe that it is just a fable or a story for object lesson, and not really something real that real face, because they are obliterated, completely obliterated. And there's some cities like that, some places like that, that nothing is left of those people, nothing. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but hasid means a crop that is completely harvested. So there's nothing left there that you can, everything is gone. Right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that this is what happened. And then in Ayah 102, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَكَذَلِكَ أَخْذُ رَبِّكَ إِذْ أَخَذَ الْقُرَى وَهِيَ ظَالِمَةٌ. It says, such is the seizure of your Lord when he seizes the population of a town while they are doing evil. So all of these nations that Allah mentioned before time, that because of the evil ways, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed them. As you said, some of them, they left the ruins that you can see, and some of them, there's nothing left of them. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees them because of their wrongdoing and the evil, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not punish people until after the message is clear to them what they're supposed to be doing. You know, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. Allah says, we never punish a people until we send the messenger to them to explain things. And then in Ayah 103 of the Surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَةً لِمَنْ خَافَ عَذَابَ الْآخِرَةِ. Allah says, indeed, in these stories of the people of the past are lessons. There are lessons in these stories for people who fear the punishment of the hereafter. There are lessons that they can learn from these. And this way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned these stories in the first place so that we might take some exhortation from them and not become like them, not to follow in their footsteps. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions them. And so here in this particular ayah now, ayah 112, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He addresses the Prophet. And He addresses the Prophet and by extension the believers who follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He addressed them to stand firm. Fastaqim. Fastaqim. This word, fastaqim istiqama, which is the master of the word istiqama, yastaqimu, istiqama is the noun, the verbal noun, that istiqama, it means to stand upright. Istiqama, from the word qama yakumu, which means stand up. Right? The word qama, there's the root word of it. Qama means to stand up. It means to stand up. And so the istiqama, which is the 10th form of the verb, from the 10th form of the verb, is demanding that we stand up. That we stand up and to stand upright or erect. To stand upright or erect. Don't lean, stand straight. Don't bend down, don't lean, stand straight. Right? Stand straight. Stand straight. You got to straighten yourself out. Right? This is basically what it's saying. I also meant like standing firm. Standing firm. What you believe, or being, it also means to be straightforward. Don't be crooked in what you do and what you say. Straightforward. And it also means to be steadfast and upright. To be steadfast and upright. All of these are the connotations of the word istiqamah. So you can see that as a very serious word. It's a serious word. Istiqamah. And so this surah itself, to stand up and be firm and steadfast, and we do so on the straight path. We should do so on the straight path. And so the instruction to stand up, al-istiqamah, covers every aspect. It covers every aspect. Fastaqim kama umirt. So stand firm as you have been instructed. By who? By Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Stand firm as you have been instructed. So it covers every aspect. Standing up covers every aspect. To stand firm and don't swerve. Stand firm on what you believe. Stand firm on the path, on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Don't deviate. Don't go left or right. Right? Be steadfast and don't give up. Be steadfast. Don't give up, nor don't give in. We should neither do one of the two. Either of the two we should do. It's not for the believer. Because we cannot reach our destination of Jannah by giving in or giving up. We cannot give up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. So the journey doesn't, or striving or struggle or effort does not stop until Malik al-Maut takes or rule. Until he takes our life, the struggle is on. The struggle is on. It's not that when Imam Ahmad, rahimahullah, Ahmad bin Hanbal, when Imam Ahmad was dying, he said that, usually you go through the sakarat, the stupor, the stages of death. The Prophet says in the mountain of Sakarat, that the stupor of death. These are the phases of going into death. You don't just die; you go through phases, right? Some people it is longer than others, and some people it is even shorter. But it's a mercy from, I believe, the stages is a benefit or a blessing for the believer. It is a punishment for the disbeliever, but for the believer it is a blessing, because it helps wipe off a lot of your sin going through the sakarat. Rasulullah when he was dying, and he could, and he would be perspiring, and he would ask for water, and they would wet his face and wipe his face and give him water to drink, and he says, surely in death there's sakarat, and this what I'm saying. So you sometimes you go in and you come back. You're in and you're out. You're in and you're out. So at times you're in the next world, right? You're looking into the next world. You haven't entered yet, but you're looking into it, right? You're looking into the next world. So actually you can see, and what you see is around. So you can see the angels. You can see. You're looking. So one time you're looking in the next world, and then next time you're back. What is going on around you? So you go and come. You go and come until Malik takes you and you go over, you cross over. But before you cross over, you actually see into the next world. Before you cross over, you see into the next world. So if the angels, the good angels who come to who is responsible for your soul, you actually see them. Prophet said that they said that they sit Mother Basri to the end of his vision. So they sit away from you and they wait for you. Wait until Malik al-Maut comes, because he alone is authorized to take the soul. So they'll come and they'll wait until he comes. And if it's a bad soul, a bad person, then the angels who are responsible for him, they come. And they're angry looking, hideous looking angels, and decide waiting, and so he can actually see them. So sometimes he either see good or he see bad. So you look into the next slide. You can look on the other side. But until Malik al-Maut comes, he don't cross over. You don't cross over until the angel of death comes. Then he crosses you over. Because only Malik al-Maut, the angel of death, Azrael, can cross us over into the next thing. That is his job. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assigned him to do that. So he's the one who crosses over. Right? We don't cross over by ourselves. He crosses over. All right, to the other side. And so it said that as he was going and coming, when he goes off, Ahmad Hanbal, when he goes off, and he will come back. And his son, Ahmed, his son was there, Abdullah, his son was there, and he observed him, and at one point he's saying, no, not yet. And he became worried, right? He became worried. I mean, why my father is resisting? Because he thought his father was saying, no, you don't want to go yet. You don't want to go. And he's saying, no, not yet. No, not yet. So when he came back, when he came to again, his son said to him, oh, my father, I heard you saying, what happened? You afraid to go? Or what happened? I hear you say, no, not yet. Are you afraid? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he tried to console his father. His father says, no, it's not that. He says, no, it is not that. He says, Shaitan came to me. Right? Shaitan came to me and he says, yeah, Ahmed, you slipped out of my fingers. Right? You slipped out of my fingers. And he says, I respond to him, no, not yet. In other words, until Malik al-Maut takes me, I'm not out of your fingers yet. You know, but he's saying, yes, yeah, Ahmad, you have slipped out of my hand. You slipped out of my fingers. And Ahmad Muhammad said, he was telling him, no, not yet. No, not yet. You know, because until Malik al-Maut takes me, at that point, so even at that point in time, Shaitan is trying to catch you. He's dying and Shaitan is still trying to catch him. And you see, and he can catch you, even at that time. And you know what happened with happened to the Prophet's uncle, Abu Talib. Shaitan had him all the time. And when he's dying, the Prophet ﷺ is at his head. And in earnest keenness, trying to pull him over from the Shaitan. And he's telling, oh my uncle, please, just say the word. That's all. Just say. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. That's all you gotta say. This, you ain't gonna do nothing. Just say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Just say it. Say the word. And this is, you know, is something I have that I can present before to Allah for you and argue on your behalf, right? And intercede with Allah on your behalf. Just say it. And Prophet is encouraging him. And here's Abu Lahab, right? Abu Lahab is saying, not Abu Jahl. Abu Jahl is saying, if you follow your nephew and say that, I am going to spread the word to all the Christ that Abi Talib is a coward. He was so afraid to die that he switched religions and joined them. And so here is Shaitan talking through Abu Jahl. The Shaitan is there talking through Abu Jahl, trying to make sure he don't let him go. And the Prophet is trying to pull him out of the hands. But Shaitan is not letting him go. And so, with the case of Imam Ahmad, Shaitan been trying to capture him all along. And he couldn't capture him. And so he come at death. And he said, you know, you slip out of my fingers. And he said, no, not yet. No, not yet. And so, the being, we should not give up, nor should we give in. Because giving up is a sign of a loss of faith. And giving in means that as though, you know, yeah, be compromising ourselves. Be weak. We're giving in. No, we should not give in, nor should we give up. We gotta struggle until Malik al-Maut takes us. May Allah SWT give us the strength to continue and to persevere on this Sirat al-Mustaqim until Malik al-Maut, we meet Malik al-Maut. Because that is, this is what Allah SWT is saying. You know, we have to be straightforward. Be straightforward. Don't stand up. Fastaqim. Stand up and be counted. Stand up and be counted. Be counted among the believers. Stand up and be counted. Istaqim. Fastaqim. Stand up for what is right. Stand up for truth. Stand up for justice. Stand up on what is correct. Stand on the straight path. You have to stand up and be true. Right? Be firm and correct. Right? Be firm and correct. Fastaqim. So you want to be firm and correct in your aqidah. Make sure that your aqidah is straight. Because Shaitan can come put all kind of little ideas inside your head and twist you up, and you start believing stuff that is not correct. So you have to make sure that your aqidah, and keep checking your aqidah all the time to make sure that it's in accordance with Quran and Sunnah. With Quran and Sunnah. Because if all the other actions are good and your Aqidah is wrong, still you got problems. You got problems. So your Aqidah, you have to make sure your Aqidah is straight, your Aqidah is correct, in accordance with Quran and Sunnah. You have to make sure your Aqidah is straight. And we follow the Aqidah of Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah. Aqidah is the Aqidah, the belief system is in accordance with the belief system of is what the Ahl Sunnah wa Jama'ah. Right? We follow the belief system of Ahl Sunnah, the people who embrace the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is what we follow the system that the Aqidah that the companions are, those who the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned. Khairul Qurun Qarni, the best generation of this ummah is my generation. The best generation of this ummah is my generation. Is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is the Muhajirin and the Ansar. That is the Muhajirin and the Ansar. The best generations of this ummah. And when the Prophet says that the best generation is not just the best generation in character or behavior or conduct, but also the best generation in knowledge and understanding and following of this deen. Nobody can say that they had a better understanding of this deen than Abu Bakr or Umar. Nobody can say they had a better understanding of this deen. No one can say they had a better commitment to this deen than Abu Bakr or Umar. Nobody can say. Prophet says, "No, what you get, if you give the mountain of Uhud, you will never be able to reach what the level that they reached. They're the best of this ummah. So we take our deen from them. We take them, how they apply it, what they understood. They not only they had Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Messenger of Allah, as their teacher, an exemplar that they could watch him. So he's not just teaching remotely, but they're watching him, being with him. So they're learning practically. So they learn theoretically and practically from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when they were Rasulullah was always on a